Imagine a place where each day is a battle for survival, not a fresh start. In South Sudan, waking up means facing uncertainty. Will there be food? Will there be water? Will your family be safe? For millions, hope is a luxury, and resilience is a necessity. South Sudan, a land blessed with vast oil reserves, is paradoxically the world's poorest country. The wealth beneath its soil has not translated into prosperity for its people. Instead, it has fueled conflict and deepened inequality, leaving most citizens trapped in poverty. Born in 2011 with hope and dreams of a better future, South Sudan's independence was celebrated with joy and pride. But that hope has faded, replaced by relentless poverty and hardship as the years have passed. In most villages, electricity is a distant dream. Clean water is even rarer. Children grow up never having seen a light bulb, and families rely on muddy ponds for their daily needs. Every day, women and children walk for hours under the scorching sun, carrying heavy jerry cans just to collect water that might still make them sick. The journey is exhausting, but it's the only way to survive. The country's promise was lost to conflict, climate disaster, and political chaos. Civil war followed independence almost immediately. Years of fighting have destroyed homes, schools, and dreams, leaving scars that may never heal. This isn't just about statistics. It's about mothers struggling to feed children, about families doing everything they can to survive another day, even when food is scarce and hope is fading. It's about young men who've only known conflict, whose childhoods have been shaped by violence and loss, and who dream of peace they've never experienced. Yet, through it all, communities cling to ancient traditions, gathering together for ceremonies and rituals that have been passed down for generations, fighting to survive in a world that keeps changing around them. To truly understand South Sudan, you must look past the headlines and statistics. You have to see the resilience in its people's eyes, the determination etched into every face, and the courage it takes to keep going. Their will to survive is nothing short of extraordinary. In the face of unimaginable hardship, the people of South Sudan continue to hope, to endure, and to dream of a better tomorrow. South Sudan sprawls across northeast Africa, a vast and striking land where ancient rivers carve their way through wild, untamed terrain. Here, the landscape is as dramatic as the stories it holds, shaped by forces of water, sun, and time. At its very heart pulses the White Nile, a lifeline that has nourished people, animals, and plants for generations. The river is more than just water. It is the thread that ties together communities and cultures, a source of hope and sustenance. The White Nile feeds the Sud, one of the world's largest wetlands. This vast green expanse is a sanctuary for wildlife and a vital resource for those who call its banks home. It is a place of abundance, but also of challenge, where travel and survival depend on the river's moods. Yet, this land is ruled by extremes, a rainy season that brings relentless downpours, flooding villages and isolating entire communities for months at a time. Then, as the rains fade, a harsh dry season takes hold, scorching the earth and leaving the land cracked and thirsty. The contrast is stark, and the struggle for survival becomes even more intense. In recent years, floods have grown more severe, sweeping away homes, destroying precious crops, and forcing families to abandon everything they know. The devastation leaves scars on both the land and its people. When the rains vanish, the struggle shifts. Water becomes a desperate quest, with families searching for every drop to drink, cook, and survive. Rivers shrink to narrow streams, wells run dry, and people must walk for miles under the blazing sun, carrying heavy containers just to bring water home. In this ever-changing environment, survival means constant movement. Villagers and their livestock migrate across the shifting landscape, building temporary shelters wherever they can find safety and resources. The land itself shapes every aspect of daily life, from the way people build their homes to how they fish, farm, and gather food. Culture and tradition are deeply rooted in the rhythms of the river and the seasons. Geography here isn't just a backdrop, it's a relentless force. dictating the pace of life and the challenges people must overcome. In South Sudan, nature is both a generous provider and a harsh punisher. To survive, people must adapt, drawing strength from the land and each other, always ready for whatever the next season brings. South Sudan is a mosaic of over 60 ethnic groups, each with its own language and traditions. The Dinka and Nuer are the largest, but many others add to the nation's rich cultural fabric. English is official, but markets buzz with dozens of languages. Life is deeply tied to the land and ancient customs, with storytelling and respect for elders at the core. Christianity blends with traditional beliefs, connecting people to nature and ancestors. This diversity is a source of strength but also tension. Competition for land and water has fueled conflict. Politicians have exploited these divisions, but at the grassroots, communities often cooperate and intermarry. The challenge is forging a national identity that unites, not divides. South Sudan's future depends on celebrating its diversity, not letting it tear the country apart. To understand South Sudan, especially among the Dinka and Nuer, you must understand cattle. Cattle are wealth, status, and spiritual connection, central to marriage, justice, and tradition. A man's worth is measured in cows, not cash. Bride price is paid in cattle, forging bonds between families and communities. Cattle settle disputes, seal treaties, and are sacrificed in rituals. Daily life revolves around herding and protecting these animals, but this deep attachment also drives conflict. Grazing land and water are scarce, and cattle raiding is common and violent. Modern weapons have made these raids deadlier. For peace, South Sudan must honor cattle's role while preventing them from fueling more violence. South Sudan's history is marked by centuries of conflict and survival. Colonial powers forced the black, Christian South together with the Arab, Muslim North, an uneasy union that never worked. Decades of marginalization exploded into two brutal civil wars, killing millions and displacing even more. The Lost Boys' epic journey became a symbol of resilience amid unimaginable suffering. Peace came in 2005, leading to a 2011 referendum where nearly 99% voted for independence. The world cheered as South Sudan was born, but peace was fleeting. Deep scars and the challenge of building a nation from scratch proved overwhelming. Hopes for prosperity quickly gave way to renewed conflict and hardship. The struggle for identity and stability continues to this day. When South Sudan gained independence, the world watched with hope. There was a sense of possibility, a belief that a new nation could chart its own path. But today, the reality is stark. 92% of South Sudanese live on less than $2 a day, struggling to meet even their most basic needs. Oil once fueled dreams of prosperity, but years of conflict, mismanagement, and pipeline shutdowns have left the government nearly bankrupt. The wealth that once flowed from the ground now trickles away, leaving little for ordinary people. Over half the population faces food insecurity. Millions wake up each day not knowing where their next meal will come from. Food aid lines stretch for hours, and malnutrition is a constant threat, especially for children. Floods have destroyed farmland, washing away crops and livelihoods. For many, the land that once fed them now brings only hunger and uncertainty. The health system has collapsed. 90% of people lack access to toilets, 60% have no clean water, and preventable diseases spread quickly. Clinics are overwhelmed, and basic care is out of reach for most. There's about one doctor for every 65,000 people. In many remote areas, there's no doctor at all, and families must travel for days to seek help. Here, a simple illness can be fatal. Without medicine or treatment, even a fever or infection can claim a life. These aren't just numbers, they're families like Gatlawaks, who lost everything to floods, and mothers like Nibol, who walk for hours just to collect dirty water for their children. Each statistic is a story of loss and resilience. Children go unvaccinated, left vulnerable to deadly diseases like measles and cholera. Many never see a health worker in their lives. Life is stripped to the basics: food, water, shelter. For many, even these are not guaranteed. Families share what little they have, making do in makeshift shelters. Every day is a fight for survival. Parents skip meals so their children can eat, and children grow up too fast, learning to endure hardship. The odds are staggering, but the people of South Sudan keep going, finding hope in each other and strength in the face of unimaginable adversity. In South Sudan, education is a luxury most can't afford. Over 70% of children are out of school, one of the world's highest rates. Instead of learning, kids work in fields, herd cattle, or are recruited by armed groups. Girls face even greater barriers: early marriage, domestic chores, and dangerous journeys to school. Schools, if they exist, are often just a teacher under a tree, with no books or desks. Teachers are unpaid and overwhelmed, many leaving to feed their own families. The education system is collapsing, starved by conflict and poverty. Without education, the cycle of poverty and violence will continue. An uneducated generation is a lost generation. Every child out of school is a lost piece of South Sudan's future. Despite everything, war, hunger, floods, South Sudan's people are not broken. Their resilience is astonishing. Mothers soothe hungry children, farmers replant after floods, children find joy in the smallest things. Community is survival. When disaster strikes, neighbors rebuild together and share what little they have. Ancient bonds of kinship are both a shield and a lifeline. Faith, whether in church or tradition, gives strength to endure. Songs, stories, and dances affirm their humanity in the face of suffering. This unbreakable spirit is South Sudan's greatest resource. Against all odds, they choose to live and hope. The future for South Sudan is daunting, but not hopeless. Small victories, new wells, a hospital, economic reforms are making a difference. Real hope lies in the people, youth yearning for peace, women demanding a voice, and local leaders building bridges. The resilience that's helped them survive could help them rebuild. The key question: can South Sudan rise above ethnic divisions and use its resources for schools and hospitals, not war? It will take courage, forgiveness, and new leadership. The world must not look away. South Sudan's fight for its future is far from over.